From the Academy of Holy Angels in Richfield, we proudly present another edition of high school girls basketball. It's a big 3A matchup awaiting us tonight. Two top 10 teams do battle in a potential state tournament preview. The Holy Angels Stars host the Hutchinson Tigers. Hi everyone, I'm Mike Beaton. Thank you for joining us. Holy Angels, one of the perennials now in Class 3A, reached the semifinals a year ago. Were not able to repeat their Class 3A state championship, but they are on a tear. Since their opening day loss to Dowling Catholic at the St. Thomas Thanksgiving tip-off, they have won every game since. Most impressively, that winning streak continued on Tuesday without Destinee Oberg's services. In a 77-75 win over Como Park, Oberg fell ill. She wasn't able to play, but Frankie Vascellaro, the freshman, stepped up in a big way, 31 points. Vascellaro, the ninth grader, averaging nearly 25 points over her last two games. She's coming along just like the coaching staff expected she would. That being said, Destinee Oberg is available tonight, and you know what she can do, and that's pound the inside. A walking double-double. She has a double-double in all but one game so far this year. She is verbal to Arkansas. This team is going to go through Destinee Oberg, but don't forget the likes of Vascellaro, Kaylee Vanderwerf. This is a pretty deep team, and Joe Berg, the assistant coach, told me they're not afraid to mix it up and use different combinations en route to victory. Hutchinson came oh so close to reaching the state tournament a year ago, falling to Orono in the 6-3A section final. Hutchinson was moved to Section 2 this year, so Marshall and Waseca are going to be the schools to watch. But Hutchinson, a perennial in 3A because of how they develop their players. You may know Hutchinson as the school that produced Lindsay Whalen, and although they don't have any superstars per se in the making, you never know. Some players to keep an eye on are Kenzie Rensch, who is going to Augustana to play volleyball, leading the team at nearly 20 points per game. Gabby Hahn also doing well. Hutchinson has a lot of versatile athletes. They may not be the stars or the coveted figures like Whalen did, or even Tori Wirtz from a few years ago, but this is a program that will likely be a contender come playoff time. They did rebound earlier this week against Marshall after falling to Buffalo in a surprising loss, but Tim Ellison really likes the continuity of this team. They bought into his system, and a matchup like this provides them a strong test as the season moves along. We'll have the starting lineups in a moment. You're watching high school girls basketball. And with that, let's take a look at the starters. For the visiting Hutchinson Tigers, it's number 2, Liza Worth, the junior guard. Emma Oberg, number 3, the sophomore guard. Michaela Stamer, number 12, the sophomore guard. Gabby Hahn, number 22, the senior forward. And Kenzie Rensch, number 23, the senior guard. Holy Angels will start Alex Walker, number 2, the junior guard. Megan Meyer, number 21, the senior guard. Kaylee Vanderwerf, number 22. the sophomore forward, Destinee Oberg, the Arkansas Verbal, number 23, the junior forward, and Riley Talhuber, number 30, the senior guard. Hutchinson coming in at 6-2. Losses to Glencoe, Silver Lake, and Buffalo. Holy Angels, they have won 7 straight since their loss to Dowling Catholic. They're at 7-1. The Stars, the number 2 team in Class 3A behind Robbinsdale Cooper. Hutchinson fell to 8 after the Buffalo loss, but this is one of those matchups where ranking goes out the window. We mentioned Destinee Oberg, 6 double-doubles. She was 2 rebounds shy of 1 against Bloomington Kennedy, but that was a runaway win where Dan Woods and crew were able to use their younger contingent of Holy Angels athletes, and that was something that he and Joe Burke both told me ahead of time is a strength of theirs. They only suit up 10 right now on varsity, but any of those 10 can contribute at any moment. Overall, Oberg averaging 19.1 points and 15.1 rebounds a game. And Frankie Vascellaro, with her recent explosion, she's bumped up her average to 11 a game. Hutchinson, considerably balanced. We mentioned Kenzie Rensch, 17.6 a game. Gabby Hahn, 10.9. Liza Wirtz averaging 9.3. Abe, are you ready to start things up? Hutchinson making a 61-mile trek out here. They're located about an hour west of the metro. And as we noted in the open, Hutchinson known for Lindsay Whalen because of what she did at the University of Minnesota and with the Minnesota Lynx winning 4 titles. Both Dan Woods and Tim Ellefson have regaled me with stories about Whalen being somewhat unheralded in high school. We'll talk more about that as the game moves along. Holy Angels wins the tip. We're underway. This is Megan Meyer out to Alex Walker. And Oberg available to play tonight, going to Arkansas. A big get for Mike Neighbors, who took the Arkansas job after a stellar 4 years at Washington, where he guided Kelsey Plum, who set the NCAA career scoring record for women's hoops. And it's Hutchinson who strikes first. Gabby Hahn knocks down the tray. And Holy Angels throws it away. It's been a topsy-turvy week in 3A already, and that's a traveling violation on Liza Wirtz. 2 days ago, we were on hand for Chisago Lakes and their upset win over Mahtomedi. That loss bumped Mahtomedi down to 6th in the 3A rankings, and Chisago Lakes, with their win over Mahtomedi and Edina, they shot up to 11th. Of course, rankings don't matter too much in the postseason. Baseline drive is strong. Talhuber rips the rebound away and scores. Talhuber. She averages 6.4. Doesn't score too much, but picks up a pair of second chance points there. On the other end, Emma Oberg floats it in. Oberg lost the dribble and lost the ball. Oberg with the steal there. 3 ball. Missing from the corner was Hahn. Oberg looking to go outlet with Megan Meyer. She recovers, but bounce to Vanderwerf. Yes. So give Meyer the dime. And Hutchinson throws it away.
Substitution for the Tigers, number 21, Reagan Hilt.
5-4 our score in the early going. And we're going the other way. But to add to Holy Angels, Joe Berg told me this beforehand, Scoring balance is nice because if somebody's having a tough game, or in the case of Tuesday, someone is absent, we have a full roster who can pick up the slack. And they are really excited about the youth on this team. Hutchinson is the 6th top 10 opponent in any class that Holy Angels has faced this year. They'll get another one next week against Wayzata. Megan Meyer goes coast to coast. And De La Salle will likely be in the top 10 when those two schools meet for their annual conference series. Gabby Hahn missed the floater. Oberg, strong interior defense there. Megan Meyer lost the dribble. And Kenzie Rensch picks it up. Vanderwerf deflects the pass. Stays with the Tigers. And that's going to be a foul on Alex Walker. Multiple games where all 10 Holy Angels players have contributed in the box score. That's how versatile this Holy Angels team can be. Gabby Hahn attacks the paint. She has a quick 5. And the back and forth affair of this game continues. It's 7-6. 3 different Holy Angels players have scored already. Oberg, backdoor to Meyer, and too far underneath. Three on the way. Bullseye. Emma Oberg scoring. And Oberg, almost an inbound violation there. Vanderwerf throws it away to Liza Wirtz. And a foul is, or not a foul, but will stay with the Tigers. 14-10 left in the first half. (10-6) our score. In favor of the Tigers. Offensive rebound. And Oberg comes up with it. Oberg, elbow J, got it. The first basket for Destinee Oberg. Hutchinson breaks the Holy Angels press. And they end up losing the ball. Here come massive subs. Frankie Vascellaro making her first appearance. And going up and in is Kenzie Rensch. Among the subs for Hutchinson, number 20, Liz Lansick. Who's a big source of offense. Vascellaro lines up the 3, is short. Rebound, Michaela Stamer. And she's double teamed right away. Holy Angels not afraid to bring it up. And Hutchinson not afraid to apply pressure defense as well. Abby Stark, number 14, also in there. Hutchinson swings it around. And going up, unable to float it in, was Rensch. And Holy Angels comes up with the strip. Emma Mastre. I should say Isabel Henry on the floor for the Stars wearing number 31. Both teams hitting up their benches early. Reagan Viltz also on the floor for the Tigers, wearing number 21. And there is Emma Mastry, number 43. So we're getting an early look at the benches on both sides. Oberg, nice move. Works away around Gabby Hahn. 12-10. It's been a close one so far. 3 on the way. Liza Wirtz can't put it down. But they hustle for the O-board. Michaela Stamer comes up with it. Stamer pump fakes, kicks out to number 5, Annika Ellefson. Now they go inside, too strong. Scramble for the rebound, and a timeout is called with 11:49 left. So Hutchinson gets the bailout timeout call. The Tigers lead 12-10. Hey, Abe, you recognize this tune? The Alan Parsons Project, also associated with doubles. So Hutchinson got the bailout timeout call to preserve possession with 11:49 left in the first half. And working her way inside, Michaela Stamer. She saw a lane and took it home. Stamer scores, and the Hutchinson lead is 4. And the Tigers press, forcing a traveling violation. We mentioned the versatility on this Hutchinson team. Kenzie Rensch is going to play for Augustana in Division II. Gabby Hahn will play volleyball at North Dakota State School of Science. And Emma Oberg, one of the starters, a 3-sport athlete. Liza Wirtz, the younger sister of Tori Wirtz, who is the second leading scorer in school history for Hutchinson. You can probably guess who the first one, or who the record holder is. Give you a hint, she's won 4 titles with the Lynx. And 2 gold medals, and is a moonlighting commentator for the FSN Wolves telecasts. Holy Angels forcing the turnover. So they'll pick it up here. The Henry twins are on the floor now for the Stars, Isabella and Emma. Nice recovery by Oberg. Wasn't sure if she was tagged for double dribble, but it was ruled a deflection, so she went to retrieve it and then found Emma Henry cutting to the basket. Emma will shoot 2 after drawing the foul on number 5, Annika Ellefson. Well, the Angels suits up 10, and they have put in all 10. Emma Henry missed both. On the other end, the Tigers come up short. That was Ellefson. And here comes Isabel Henry. This is a Holy Angels team that was mostly intact from a year ago. The only significant loss to graduation was Megan Thompson. And that chemistry has paid big dividends in the early part of the season. Lansing almost lost it. And Stamer recovers. Here's Wirtz. 3 on the way. That's going to be short. Rebound and put back for the Tigers. Gabby Hahn up to 7. Henry. Trying to go inside to Vanderwerf. Holy Angel, or I should say Hutchinson, read the pass. Getting the tip there was Lancic. Baseline J, swish. Michaela Stamer knocks it down, and the Holy Angels deficit grows to 8. The Tigers throwing the first proverbial punch in this matchup of top 10 teams in 3A. Holy Angels having trouble penetrating inside, but they knock down the 3 from the outside. That's Isabel Henry. And the steal by Kowicki. She goes out to Frankie Vascellaro. Sees a lane, goes for it. No good. And ball last touched by the Tigers. It will stay here. 8:58 left in the first half. Hutchinson leading Holy Angels 18-13. Vanderwerf inside to Vascellaro. Nice defensive posture by Gabby Hahn. But it will stay here. Hutchinson with an unforced error, to borrow a term from tennis. Vascellaro for 3. Bullseye. No, 2. But Vascellaro can knock down long shots. Ball is lost. We have a jump. Hutchinson with the arrow. 8:30 left. Close one here. And after Tuesday's performance, could be the first of many for Frankie Vascellaro. Joe Berg, Dan Woods have high praise and high prospects on the freshman guard. Emma Oberg can't hit the 3 from the corner. Rebound, Henry. Vascellaro lost it. And she'll be hit with a foul, trying to poke it away from Kenzie Rensch. Just the first on Frankie Vascellaro. Francesca is her given name, but she goes by Frankie. Bounce pass, Hutchinson finds the opening, and capitalizing is Reagan Vilt. Again, Hutchinson having a plethora of scores. Vilt averages just 4.6 a game, but we've got a push foul called, and it's going to go against Liza Wirtz. But looking at some of the bench players, Liz Lansing averaging 8.6 a game off the bench. So this is a team that has a lot of ways to beat you. Holy Angels throws it away. 7:40 left in the first half. And the Stars tout their depth as well, which they felt was a big factor in their win over Minnehaha. Whoa, look out. That was dangerously close to a foul on Megan Meyer, but we've had a lot of unforced errors. That pressure defense on both sides getting to both teams. Alex Walker pickpocketed by Kenzie Rensch. She'll go all the way for the score. Hutchinson holding on to their edge here. 22-15. This will not be the only visit Hutchinson makes to the Metro this year. Megan Meyer can't knock down the long shot. Hutchinson will come back to the Metro area on Martin Luther King Day. They also defeated St. Anthony in convincing fashion at the Breakdown Invitational. But Martin Luther King Day, they'll go to St. Catherine to play Simley, part of the annual St. Kate's Minnesota Fury MLK Classic, one of the big MLK events that takes place in the state. MLK Day becoming synonymous with high school hoops. Rensch for three. That's off the mark. Rebound. Well, it will go to Holy Angels. I thought it was off of the Stars, but what do I know? And it will be overruled. It didn't look like it looked like it went off of Holy Angels from this vantage point, so it will stay Hutchinson ball. Gotta give credit to the officials for having a conversation. Oberg blocking the reverse, denying Liz Lansing. Walker to Talhuber. Now Oberg. 4 bodies, and she finds her open teammate Megan Meyer. Destinee Oberg, in a piece on the Star Tribune published last week, faces many double and triple teams because of her prowess inside. That usually means someone's open. Talhuber to Mastre. Oberg, spin move, yes. Oberg up to 6. Holy Angels stepping it up. Hutchinson breaks the press, and they'll score in transition. Liz Lansing with the first field goal as she floats it in. 7 different players have scored for the Tigers, and 6 have scored for the Stars. Another deflection, so no double dribble. Oberg pulls up, and we'll send a thank you card to the rim after that one. Walker tried to get the stop, got the deflection, but it goes out of bounds, so it will stay with Hutchinson. 5:30 left in the first half. 24-21. It's been close. Hutchinson has held the upper hand somewhat. The biggest lead is 8. Look out, no foul called. And missing the runner was Gabby Hahn. There have been a couple of close calls on the part of Holy Angels. Kowicki losing control. Nothing but pressure on both sides of the ball. Hutchinson. An outlet pass was almost a little too deep. They've got an opening in the corner. Abby Stark went long, though. Walker to Talhuber. Misses it. Oberg with the O board, and she's hacked. Hutchinson had several fouls to give. It's a second personal on Rensch, though, so she will go out and may sit out for the rest of the half. Tim Ellison, the head coach of Hutchinson in his 5th year. Dan Woods, the longtime contributor to Holy Angels. Won a state football championship this year as an assistant for the Stars. Missed a game as a result because the season opener for the Stars was the same day that Holy Angels played in the 4A state championship. Hutchinson denies Holy Angels a fast break look. They'll have to settle for a side out. Holy Angels, accustomed to multiple state tournaments in a year. Joe Berg, an assistant for the basketball team, also an assistant for the volleyball team. Inbound pass for Oberg, and even though she's 6'1", that was too high. Ball stolen by the Tigers. Here comes the Holy Angels press again. And Hutchinson unable to break it. They throw it away. Ten players have seen floor time in this one. Meyer, nothing called. Plenty of contact. For Dan Woods, this may ring shades of Tuesday's game with Como Park. Como playing pretty physical in that one, and he said, well, there could have been plenty more fouls called than there were. Not saying the officiating was subpar, but They were a little more loose than other crews might be. Foul before the shot. Hutchinson had 2 to give.
Fouls on the Tigers, number 12,
Stars, as you know, won a state championship in 2016. That ended a 41-year drought. They were the first state championship winner in girls basketball. Oberg trying to get inside, and Walker traveled. Won the 2016 championship as a 5 seed with Laura Bagwell-Katalinic, and even Tim Ellefson remembered how much of a beast and a prodigy Bagwell-Katalinic was. She's now playing at Penn. Holy Angels fans wanted to travel. They don't get it. McKee McGill missed the 3-pointer. Taliber has it. Walker puts on the brakes. Oberg feeds it to Talhuber, and she draws the foul. Will shoot 2. Riley Taliber averaging 6.4 a game and 7.3 rebounds. She's a solid rebounder when Oberg isn't available. Vascellaro, Vanderwerf, and Kowicki are all subbing in for the Stars. Taliber splits. Hutchinson has yet to get to the free throw line. Holy Angels just their 3rd and 4th attempts there. Stars do cut the lead down to 2. Cross-court pass going up. Vanderwerf will be called for the foul. Michaela Stamer will shoot 2. Stamer misses that one. Doesn't score too much, averaging 3.1, but one facet where Hutchinson scores big time. The classroom, 3.75 GPA. And Hutchinson has been ranked number 1 in 3A at some point over the last 4 years, including last year. A collision and a turnover. And that's going to be a walk on Stamer. A lot of 3-sport athletes at Hutchinson, and it shows. You know, Hutchinson being outside the metro, they don't have that population center to draw from. Kowicki goes inside off the feed from Vanderwerf and takes it in. Holy Angels cuts the deficit to 1. It's been a slow but steady comeback. And these two teams have split the last 2 meetings. Isabel Henry steals. Too far underneath. Vascellaro recognized her spacing, and a foul's going to be called on Liza Wirtz, so Taliber will go to the line for 1-1, but give credit to Vascellaro for recognizing where she was on the floor. A lot of players might go up, try to get that putback right away, but Frankie noticed she was right underneath the basket. Not the best of positions. Taliber comes up short on the free throw, though, so an empty possession for the Stars. 2:08 left in the first half. Three on the way. Swish. Reagan Vilt up to 5 off the bench. Hutchinson needed that one for momentum. This pressure defense, though, getting to Holy Angels in a sense. Vascellaro bounces it over to Vanderwerf. Hutchinson will not give them the lane. And that's a walk. Isabel Henry shuffled her feet a little bit. And Oberg will come back in with 1:31 left.
Hitting in for the Tigers, number 14, Gabby. And Henry in number 10 for the Stars.
Oberg out to Stamer. Hutchinson, wide open three from the corner. Starkey can't knock it down. And Kowicki is fouled by Hahn. Some more free throws coming.
Oh, then the Tigers, number 22, Gabby Hahn, that's first.
Wirtz has 2 fouls now. Gabby Hahn hit with her first. Holy Angels has struggled from the line, though. 1 of 5 so far. Kowicki averaging just 3.5 a game. 3.4 rebounds. Another miss. Oberg goes in. And the Stars, another empty possession at the free throw line. Oberg feeds it, but Hahn couldn't put it in. And she walks. I would say this defense has forced both teams to speed up to uncomfortable levels. We've seen some fine plays, but spurts of erratic play as well. Hahn with the block. It will stay with Holy Angels. And if you're Hutchinson, you got to like this first half because Holy Angels, they're a team that likes to build up big leads. As Isabel Henry curls and scores, they build up big leads and make it difficult for opponents to come back. They did that with Como Park as the ball bounces off Kowicki's leg. Did that with Como Park building up a 19-point lead. They got on a big run early against Maranatha last Thursday and held on to that one. Oberg comes up with the steal. Henry, she's got a lane, and she's fouled from behind. Reagan Vilk goes full speed ahead and will make Henry earn it from the free throw line. Isabel Henry averaging 5 a game, and considering that Holy Angels is 1 of 6, each player is different, but make Holy Angels earn it from the stripe. The foul was the first to Reagan Vilk, if you're curious. Isabel Henry, one of the Henry twins. Emma, the other one. Holy Angels just 2 of 8. 30 seconds. Hutchinson going transition. They didn't see an opening, so they'll back off. Will they hold for the final shot? That's the question. Stamer in trouble. Hahn kicks out. Oberg launches the 3. Comes up short. Hahn is there for the rebound. Lost it for a moment. Recovers. Hutchinson will try again. Bullseye! A 3-pointer to end the first half. That was Brianna Wright. Brianna Wright, who doesn't score out much. She gives Hutchinson a little burst of momentum. And the Tigers hold a 4-point lead over the Stars, 31-27 at the break. Speaking of breaks, we'll take one and come back for the second half. You're watching high school girls basketball. Hutchinson up by 4 over Holy Angels. A serenade of Christmas music for the halftime here at the Academy of Holy Angels in Richfield. Mike Peden, all by myself, talking to myself. That's chaos theory for you. Let me know when that line gets old. Hutchinson leading Holy Angels 31-27. First half numbers. Gabby Hahn with 7 points to lead the Tigers. Wild has 5, Rensch has 4, Emma Oberg has 5, Stamer has 5. So a 7 and 3 5s. Holy Angels, Oberg has 8, Isabel Henry has 6. Megan Meyer has 4. Those are your notables. The Tigers built up a lead as large as 8. The pressure defense has been wreaking havoc on both sides. Holy Angels having some trouble, and we'll see how these teams adjust. Holy Angels, the number 2 team in Class 3A, just 1 loss on the year. And that was the first game of the year against a very capable Dowling Catholic team. Robbinsdale Cooper, number 1, their only loss to Hopkins. So Hutchinson would love a win here. And Holy Angels with an unforced error. Hutchinson would love a win here as Van der Werf forces the deflection. That would bump them up considerably. Hutchinson will play at the Rotary Holiday Classic at the Rochester Civic Center next week. And then they'll go to mostly Wright County Conference play. We mentioned that game with Simley, where they'll be back here in the Metro. They were going to play with Sika last year, but that game was canceled due to inclement weather. Oberg, spin move comes up short. Those 2 teams, if you're wondering, will meet at the Hayfield Showcase on January 13th. Talliber with the block. Oberg cannot come up with it, though. Things getting a little wild down there. Fortuitous, but Hutchinson couldn't put it down. Megan Meyer on the other end. Hesitation move, got it. Meyer up to 6. And Talliber, another deflection. It will stay with the Tigers. And even if those deflections don't produce turnovers, you'll see coaches like Cheryl Reeve preach them, because you never know when they can lead to turnovers or big plays for you. Michaela Stamer, her drive comes up empty. Talhuber on the run. And she was bumped. So I believe she'll go to the line. Yes, she will. But Holy Angels has struggled from there, and a lot of points. They were just 2 of 8 from the free throw line and missed the front end of a couple 1-and-1s. And the free throws still aren't falling. 3A, as we've noted, one of the more unpredictable classes over the last couple of years. Holy Angels winning the championship 2 years ago as a 5 seed. Orono, they were the 1 seed, but still able to win it. Hutchinson, they've been a contender for years. Last got to state in 2016. They were upset in the quarterfinals. Kenzie Rensch looking for an upset here. She knocks down the 3. Walker lost it. Jump ball. Hutchinson with the arrow. And I don't know if you can see this, but at the Hutchinson bench, the players jump up one at a time. Hutchinson throws it away. Walker has a chance, and she can't put it down. She comes up with her own rebound, though. Holy Angels will reset. Backcourt violation. This has not been an easy going for the Stars. And as we said, 3A, and a usually unpredictable field. Cooper having a strong start. A little unproven, though. De La Salle got to state a year ago, as did Holy Angels. Rensch can't knock down the mid-range J. Talliber with the rebound. Holy Angels, they're going to finish this fast break look. Megan Myers scores. She's up to 8, 2-point game. Wild throws it away. It's been that kind of a game. Turnovers may end up matching the number of field goals. Oberg couldn't hit that one. And we're going to have a discussion. And that's going to be a foul on the Stars against Taliber. Just her second. This has been a strange game in terms of ball control. Rensch for three. Bullseye. Vanderwerf to Walker. Taliber, skip pass to Oberg. Walker. Vanderwerf again. Holy Angels out of sorts right now with 14:31 left in the second. But this is why you play the top teams. Again, 5 ranked teams, including Hutchinson. That's how many the Stars have faced. Rensch whiffs it on the runner. Hutchinson can't save it. Taliber can't knock it down. Holy Angels missing a few bunnies. Taliber fouls Reagan Vilch. He'll go to the line for 2. Two years ago, Hutchinson defeated Holy Angels in comeback fashion. Last year, Holy Angels won a close one. It's been that kind of a series. Again, they used to be conference rivals in the Minnesota, but the long commute for both schools led to Holy Angels eventually moving to the Tri-Metro, where their teams are a little closer. They're conference rivals, I should say. But this series was revived as Vilt misses both free throws when Tim Ellefson and Gary Ruffsville, one of the assistants, they had some strong ties, and when Ellefson got the assignment at Hutchinson, as Oberg gets the clean up there, he reached out to Gary and said, hey, let's bring this back. Dan Woods needed a little bit of convincing, but the results over the last few years have proven why this has been a fun series. This was tabbed as one of the games of the week on the Star Tribune. And those old Minnesota conference rivalries had Lindsay Whalen and Susan King going at it. Holy Angels on the fast break. It's Isabel Henry. 1-point game again. Holy Angels has been able to get it down to 1. Steal. Vascellaro goes up and gives the Stars their first lead of the second half. Timeout. Hutchinson. Heads up play by Frankie Vascellaro. And even though Vascellaro is nowhere near the pace she was in terms of scoring 2 nights ago, I spoke with Dan Woods beforehand, and he said one reason they expected a chorus of jingle bells is because Frankie, in practice, she'll do a 3-on-2 drill. Dan Woods told me she can score 12 points in 50 seconds, and it is beginning to look a lot like Christmas, isn't it? Wouldn't you say? It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Why do you think I've got this sweater? Sorry, I have go on pop culture tangents. But the ability to lull defenders to sleep is something they also see in Sam Vascellaro, who plays for St. Thomas Academy. The Cadets, one of the top 10 teams in Class 3A. We've had plenty of Christmas tunes tonight. Abe is looking over my shoulder wondering what kind of one-liner I've got. Well, Yes, matches my shirt. And Vascellaro may not get 30 points every night, but that game over Como was a sign to keep an eye out for that freshman. Here she comes. She's going to go all the way and get the bounce. On cue, Frankie Vascellaro hits the accelerator and goes warp speed to the basket. Holy Angels lead up to 3. Hutchinson with the answer and 1. Liz Lansing. Liz Lansing, 3-sport athlete, getting looks from several MIAC schools in volleyball and basketball. She misses the free throw. Offensive rebound. Rensch goes up. Couldn't put it down. Hutchinson 1 of 5 from the free throw line. And a foul going against Hutchinson. And Holy Angels 3 of 10. The foul is the 3rd on Kenzie Rensch. She'll have to go to the bench. She's approaching 1,000 points. Tim Ellison said she should get all-state consideration this year. But Hutchinson is going to have to navigate some rough terrain without her. Vascellaro sees a lane, goes for it. Comes up short. And you see Holy Angels stepping it up on the press again. Hutchinson breaks it, and they'll take the lead back. Michaela Stamer with the bucket. The foul is the first charge to Emma Henry. Stamer knocks it down. If you can believe it, a free throw actually went in. And those can happen sometimes. You have rough nights. Even Elena Deladon misses a couple. Entry pass deflected and picked off by the Tigers, who lead by 2. And then they throw it away into the hands of Henry. And she's had plenty fast break looks. Plenty of fast break looks. And she may get another one. Kowicki, elbow J. No good. Vascellaro rebound and will shoot 2.
Fouls on the Tigers, number 12. Michaela Stamer, that's her second. Shooting for the Stars.
Frankie Vascellaro, averaging 11 a game. Doesn't get too many rebounds, just 3 a game, but after a slow start, her first 2 games, she scored just 6 points. As we noted, 49 in the past 2. And in 4 of the last 6, she has scored double digits, including the 31 against Como Park. 2 big free throws to give Holy Angels the lead, 44-42. Oberg, Rensch, airballs the 3. Holy Angels looking for the run out. Vascellaro will give it to him. Vascellaro up to 10. Largest lead of the game for the Stars. Hutchinson looking to change that. No good. Oberg with the rebound. Kowicki to Henry. Vascellaro bounces it inside to Oberg. Weaves a way through and scores. Oberg up to 12. Vascellaro came up with it. Well, not quite. Out of position. Holy Angels turning the tide. Another steal. Scramble for the ball, won by Henry. Vascellaro lines up the 3. Swish! Frankie Vascellaro picking it up in the second half. We're going to have a stoppage in play. Officials timeout. Holy Angels on an 11-0 run. And it won't quite go up higher on that one. It was only just a couple minutes ago that Hutchinson had the upper hand. Now it's the Stars forming the constellation. Another miss. Liza Wirtz bricks there. Hutchinson can't buy a bucket right now. Emma Henry out to Isabel. And Holy Angels throws it away, and that's not what you're looking for. In that 11-0 run, the Stars were playing fluid basketball. Hutchinson, when they commit those unforced, or I should say Holy Angels, when they commit those unforced errors, that's when Hutchinson is able to strike. Although Wirtz misses the tray. Emma Henry with the board. Vascellaro's calling for it. She's feeling it now. Vanderwerf doesn't see an opening. Oberg tries to bounce it inside. Vascellaro comes up with it. Not much she could do there. Caught in no woman's land. Here come the Tigers, and they turn it over. Stars looking to win their 8th straight. Remember last year they won their first 8 games of the year. They won't get that undefeated start this year because of the loss to Dowling, but the Stars. So the Stars have a tendency to rack up wins. Talliber spin moving in. It's now a 13-0 run. The Stars trail by as much as 8. You wouldn't know it now. Oberg kick out. 3 on the way. No good. Rensch with the rebound. Pass was tipped and picked off by Isabel Henry. Goes inside to Vanderwerf. What a beauty. Another timeout. The Stars on a 15-0 run. 55-42. Abe is speechless. And he has nothing else to say. He literally is speechless. A 15-0 run for the Stars, 3 double-digit scores, and they have been looking highly composed over the last several minutes. We still have plenty of time, though, 8:27, so it's not a done deal yet. Joe Oberg told me, Holy Angels comprised of 10 players who on any given night can put up big numbers. And that claim received a big validation on Tuesday. You know, Holy Angels had to hang in there with a 2-point win over Como Park. And while Como doesn't have too many wins, they are a team that makes you sweat for it. But getting an opportunity to play without Oberg and come up victorious, that can only boost the confidence of this Stars team as they look to pick up another win against a top 10 foe. They have been perfect in that regard. Knocking off Maranatha, Minnehaha. Simley was ranked early in the season. Holy Angels beat them handily. Rochester Lord, a top 10 team at 2A at the start of the year. They took them to school, 72-37. Another steal. Taliber will come up short. And we'll give the assist to Robin. Abe concurs. Does Hutchinson have anything left? Just under 8 minutes to play. Well, that's not going to get it done. Isabel Henry to Megan Meyer. And Megan Meyer becomes the 4th Holy Angels player to reach double digits. And that's a microcosm of the last few minutes for the Tigers. The Stars, a 17-0 run. So that big run that Holy Angels is infamous for came just a little later than expected. Oberg, spin move, and she walked. And for Hutchinson, this is a tough foe. Games with Holy Angels usually are. Rensch goes up, and a sense of desperation there, but that breaks the 17-0 run for now. The first basket in a long time for the Tigers, but they're going to have to work quickly as they trail by 13. High-low to Oberg, and she draws the foul. Destinee Oberg, ranked in the top 100 in her class by ESPN. Verbal to Arkansas, like the fit there. So she'll get a taste of SEC play down the road. And she'll have a great mentor in Mike Neighbors. Mike going to Arkansas this year. Wanted to return to his roots after 4 years at Washington. And for Minnesota basketball fans, you'll have another reason to follow the SEC in a couple of years. Full court press. Walker comes up with it. Points for trying. Carrying violation. And Holy Angels, they're going to get a tough start at the Hail Murray tournament next week. We'll be there for the final day on Saturday, and Dan Woods is going to call a timeout. They start the tournament against Wayzata, but regardless of how the brackets play out, Hail Murray, they're doing pretty good this year. Holy Angels is going to be there. Wayzata, the number 3 team in Class 4A. St. Louis Park off to a strong start. Mounds View doing pretty well. Orono, Henry Sibley, Forest Lake. There are no bad teams at that Hail Murray tournament, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I see Bonnie is enjoying the Christmas music selection. I don't know how Abe feels about it. Now I know how Gilman must have felt on those old days of Regis and Kathy Lee. Dan Woods calling the timeout. Kowicki stumbles, saves it. Backdoor to Meyer. Got it. I'm going to have a hard time picking the player of the game here if this Holy Angels leads holds. Rensch goes up. Came up strong there. She'll try again for 3, and that's going to be way off the mark. Well, sometimes you get blindsided and everything falls apart. Vascellaro steps into the mid-range J. She's up to 15. 3 straight games now in double figures for scoring for Frankie Vascellaro, and a foul's going to be called on Hutchinson. If you go back to the time when Hutchinson was up by 2, the Stars, Abe, brace yourself, 22-2 run for Holy Angels. Rensch tries to go behind the back. Oberg off balance, and that's going to be a walk. I don't believe this. And I can say with authority that Hutchinson is not as bad as what we've seen in the second half. They are a strong team, and they're going to have plenty of opportunities to showcase their talent as the season progresses. But tonight, just not their night in the second half. What an effort, though, for Holy Angels. Rensch beats Oberg on the inside, and that will stay with the Stars.
Substitution for the Tigers is number 22.
Reaganville will go out. Gabby Hahn will go in, and that's one difference. You know, Gabby Hahn struggling in the second half. Vascellaro finds Oberg. And Frankie's not that tall. She's 5'10", but that's all right. Holy Angels holding on to a comfortable lead here. Wirtz for three. Swish! Liza Wirtz finally knocks one down. She averages 9.3 a game, and that's going to be a foul on Kenzie Rensch. I believe that will be her fourth. It is. The Tigers have one to give, and Tim Ellefson in a bind here. He will go to his bench, and he'll sub out Rensch. And that's a tough decision there for Ellefson. Rensch, your leading scorer with 14. Stamer will go in. She has 8. Vascellaro tried to go inside to Oberg, and they called Destinee on the elbow. So the Tigers may not be done just yet. Holy Angels line change subs. And I mean line change. They out virtually the entire team. But you can do that when you have 10 capable players. Talubert sees a lane, comes up strong. It could be a strategy from Dan Woods as well. Double dribble violation. Michaela Stamer lost her grip. Could be a little strategy too in case he needs some of the big name players to make one last push. Jump ball. Stars with the arrow. And there is the one hop at a time gesture from the Hutchinson bench. Here comes Reaganville. Hutchinson, though, will have plenty to be proud of here. And here's one reason why they'll bounce back. I'll get to that in a minute, because Vanderwerf ends up throwing it away. But this is a team that buys into the system, and Tim Ellefson told me, in the summer and even in the regular season, if he decided to do this, as missing the corner three was Hahn. Isabel Henry, another fast break look. Tim Ellefson told me, if we go to Sioux Falls or if they decide to make a long trip, everyone's on board. There is no hesitation, no mutiny. They all want to be with each other. And I should note that both teams, when I took the headshots, were having fun with each other. Having a little mockery. So this is what you would call a fun rivalry, as Liza Wirtz gets the putback. And the biggest defining characteristic of the Tigers, the leadership, relationship, and how well they treat one another. And that's going to be a foul on the Stars. They are out of fouls to give. So Hutchinson will go to the line. foul is the third on Vanderwerf. This is 1-1 territory for Hahn, and Kenzie Rensch is going to go back in. And we mentioned the plethora of multi-sport athletes at Hutchinson. They have their own Junior Olympic volleyball program, so they don't lose a lot of their volleyball standouts in the winter because they can stay right in Hutchinson. Yeah, and that's a big help. Hutchinson comes up with a steal. Wirtz bouncing it over to Rensch. Vanderwerf is there for the deflection. And we spoke of Lindsay Whalen earlier. Those memorable battles with Susan King. King won Miss Basketball in 2000. Whalen was third team All-Metro. And I remember Dan Woods telling me a year ago when I covered Holy Angels Como Park how he's held on to it as a symbol of how much Whalen has grown. And Kenzie Rensch gives the Tigers a big three-pointer, and that Rensch three gives me an opportunity to express how even though these Hutchinson players may not be the next Lindsay Whalen, I think for a lot of high school players that would be a tough task to accomplish, but Hutchinson spends a lot of time with the youth programs, the elementary school kids, and Ellison told me those kids, when they see these Hutchinson players take the floor, you know, those kids grow up saying, I want to be the next Tori Wirtz. I want to be the next Kenzie Rensch or Gabby Hahn. I'm sure Hutchinson wouldn't mind if one of those players became the next Lindsay Whalen, but it's encouraging to see this school not be defined by the one star who, while successful, is just one part of a long, rich cog of talent. You may remember Hutchinson, they were a state tournament contender going back to the 80s. You might remember a memorable tussle they had with Highland Park at the old Met Center, long before they had three-pointers. So that Rensch three-pointer makes it a 9-point game. Hutchinson still has some work to do, but Holy Angels not out of the woods just yet. Oberg, fadeaway, no good, gets her own miss, goes up, another miss, and it's picked up by Wirtz, the Tigers. Do they have something left in the tank? Rensch and one! The Tigers are pouncing back. It looked like it was going to be a runaway. Kenzie Rensch with 4 fouls makes it a 6-point game. Kowicki goes out to Vascellaro. Hutchinson collapses on her, forces her back out to the half-court line, and she throws it away. The Tigers refuse to go away. How big would this be? Well, this Tigers team won in comeback fashion 2 years ago. Could we be seeing a redux? And they still have a foul to give. Oh, that would have been big. Talhuber comes up with the rebound. But again, still not over. Holy Angels breaks the press. Talhuber backs off. This is a dangerous zone. Vascellaro slipped. Dangerous zone to be in because you're up by 6. You can kill the clock if you need to, but 2 minutes is an eternity. But we just might be getting the photo finish we expected. Not in the most usual of formats, but Holy Angels going to have to sweat this one out. Wild throws it, and Rensch. A foul is called. The foul is on Oberg, her second. Still 1-1, but you've got Kenzie Rensch at the line. Rensch, though, just a 57% free throw shooter. Knocks down the front end. Gets them both. Stars can't be tentative now. Hutchinson, that press getting back to them. Miss. Oberg had an opening for a minute, and that's going to be an offensive foul. She knocked down Emma Oberg. The Tigers, who trail by 16. Have withstood a 17-0 run. Three from the corner. It's there! Liz Lansing makes it a one-point game. More pressure from the Tigers. Holy Angels breaks it. Oberg has to be careful. She's got 3 fouls. Holy Angels throws it away. And Hutchinson called for traveling. Tough break for the Tigers. Now they do have a foul to give. They only have 1 timeout. Holy Angels has 4. Close finish, though, no matter what happens. Oberg goes up and lays it in. That was a big bucket for the Stars. Henry with the steal. And the foul is called on Rensch. So Mackenzie Rensch will finish with 22 points. You got to give her props, though, for what she did to bring Hutchinson back. And it's still not over. That was the last foul to give for the Tigers. 3. Bullseye! Emma Henry. Was that the dagger? A traveling violation on Stamer. And that might be enough. Big second half for Frankie Vascellaro. Won't match the 31 from Tuesday, but she had 11 there. Destinee Oberg comes up with her numbers. Hutchinson gets the steal, but they're running out of time. Oberg gets the block. Less than 20 seconds now. Emma Henry steals it, throws it up, lays it in. An exclamation point, so the Stars are going to end the game, most likely with a 7-0 run. Make that 7-2 as Liza Wirtz scores. But Holy Angels withstands a late Hutchinson surge to win their 8th straight game. They'll go to 8-1, 71-65 the final. Hutchinson falls to 6-3, but what a dramatic turn of events in the second half. I don't know how you... What a finish. We'll try to get a word with a couple of the Holy Angels players. Kenzie Rensch, the leading scorer, with 22. Gabby Hahn and Michaela Stamer with 8. 4 Holy Angels players in double digits. We'll be back shortly. You're watching high school girls basketball. The Stars knock off the Tigers 71-65. And I'm joined by Frankie Vascellaro and Destinee Oberg. Frankie, we'll start with you. You had quite the week. 31 on Tuesday, 15 tonight. Really big second half. What would you attribute to your development over the last few games?
I think I've just been paying attention a lot to our offense and how we work, and our defense too, and just really seeing the open look, seeing when I can drive to the basket, when I need to kick it to my teammates, and just teamwork is what really matters.
How nervous were you when Hutchinson brought it down to 1, or did you sense that Holy Angels was going to win no sweat?
I think deep down I knew we were going to win because we play way too hard to just lose it all, but when it got close there, a little nervous. I mean, we just needed to pick it up on defense, and we did it and got the job done.
What helped was a 17-0 run that you helped orchestrate in the second half. So what gave you that flow, and how big was that to hang on against a high-flying Hutchinson team?
I just think I realized we need to step it up. It was way too close of a game going in the second half. They had the lead on us, and just when you realize it's that tight of a game and you know you're supposed to win, you just have to pick it up and play to the best of your abilities.
So with 3 straight double-digit games before the holiday tournament, are we going to see a little more of this out of you? Or is this you going to be the new star here at Holy Angels? Or?
I mean, I sure hope so. I hope I can keep it up and keep my scoring average pretty high, but really just as long as my teammates are doing good and as long as we're winning games, I'm fine scoring 4 points.
And Destinee, I think you'd be fine scoring 4, but tonight you got 15 as well. But Hutchinson made it tough for you on the inside. You're used to double, triple teams, but how did you work your way through and find your openings?
It was just kind of me like looking for my teammates and trying to relieve the stress off me, so that helped a lot.
Now you've had your share of tussles. With Hutchinson, you've been around for this series. 2 years ago, they won here. You beat them in a close one last year. What makes this rivalry so close and so dramatic?
Just like how much intensity they bring, and you know that each time you play them, it's always going to be a good game.
You won 8 straight now, similar to your start a year ago where you won the first 8. What is it about this Holy Angels team that makes them so fluid in the early part of the year?
I just feel like we know each other pretty well, and we have a lot of trust in each other to make the right plays and just do what needs to be done.
And what would you say about your younger teammates here? We've seen over the last few games the freshmen, sophomores step up, much like Frankie over here when you couldn't play. What do you think that does to maybe bring this team together when you see a performance like that and when you can withstand a late Hutchinson surge like you did tonight?
I feel like even if it's not like this year, it's going to be next year where they're just all going to like be leaders, and even when I'm gone, it's still going to have like a good record, so, Well, you're not leaving just yet. You've got a couple more years before you go off to Arkansas, and now that you've made that decision, any sense of relief that comes with it, and how exciting is it going to be to play with Mike Neighbors, the man who guided Kelsey Plum to the scoring record? It's going to be really fun. I really like him and what they're going to do with their program, and I'm just looking forward to it.
All right. Is there anyone you want to say hi to?
Hi, Mom and Dad.
My brother, my grandma, my grandpa. What's up?
Well, congratulations on the big win. It was a tough one, but you're a very tough team, and no pressure. I'm sure you knew, we got this, right? Well, go celebrate, enjoy the holidays, and we'll see you again at Hill Murray.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was Frankie Vascellaro and Destinee Oberg. That wraps up our coverage here from Holy Angels. I'm Mike Beaton. Thank you for watching.